Sophia Fleming at Bayview. This is our 1.8 indicator submission. Our team saw this as an area of strength for us, with our scores coming back as 3.94 for teacher overall, 4.17 for student overall, and 4.30 for parent overall. One of the artifacts that we have there is our head custodian, who was a finalist in the district for Custodian of the Year. We had an incident at our school where he was out, I believe he was out sick for about a week, and we had a substitute custodian. And our school is very old, and we have those old tables that kind of fold down, like a Murphy bed kind of situation, and they're very difficult to get down and put back up. But our cafeteria also doubles as our gym. So following lunch, we had kindergarten PE, just kick right back up on schedule, and the substitute custodian had not quite locked that table in place, and it fell, and it did fall on one of our students. We consider this really a miracle. There's no other explanation for it. I'll leave out all of the details. But immediately when Mr. Jason, our custodian, found out, he showed up at the school, and he wanted to make sure that everything was okay. He put in a request. There were lots of things involved, not so much trust in the custodian for a variety of reasons. Made sure that we had the district come out, make an inspection, make sure that everything was safe, risk management, gave it a clearance before he was even willing to resume using that table. And so he was showing not only his commitment to making sure that our school is functioning well and is safe and clean, but that everyone felt assured that he would take care of it. So we are grateful for him. He does a great job there. We've also provided an artifact for our technology resources. A few years ago, this school was designated as a STEM school. We no longer hold that designation, but we do have a lot of tech resources in our building, and we do maintain a refresh. Our STS specifically has piggybacked on the STS that we had originally a few years ago, and make sure to keep great documentation of what devices are no longer functioning properly and needing to be replaced, and also accounting for our 5-year refresh process. So each year she comes in very detailed, very organized, and makes a solid proposal for what needs to be refreshed to be in line with district policy, and what could possibly last a little bit longer to kind of stretch our dollar a little bit more without inconveniencing teachers, adding frustration, or interrupting instruction. So I've also linked there our refresh, part of our refresh plan, builds out a 5-year plan, and then we go from there. And then I take that budget and I propose that to our community council for their approval. And thus far, we have not had any concerns from the community council. They support what we are doing, because what we do is we invest in technology and people. So our proposals on the next slide show that when we make our trust lands proposed expenses, we're accounting for classroom aides to support instruction in the classroom, to support what the teachers are doing, and as of late, to support behaviors and keep a calm and effective learning environment. And in the past, we've also included some learning software, and right now we're having discussions as to whether or not that is the best investment for our community funds that come through. And then we have, on the last slide, we have some of our supply orders. So at our school, we don't set necessarily a limit for teachers. We want to make sure that teachers have the resources that they need. So we do have a class wallet system in place thanks to the state legislature. So this is not school specific. This is throughout Utah, but teachers get $250 a year that they can spend in their classroom and get reimbursed for that. So we oversee that, and we take that into account when we provide funding for their classroom as well. And then whenever we have some leftover funds, sometimes we find we're not able to spend money. We weren't able to hire the aides that we were looking to hire. I try to roll over, but this is under my leadership, I try to roll over as much as possible on a year where we have maybe a very healthy budget, because we never know what next year is going to be like. So if we don't have to spend it that year, I do like to roll that over so we have a little bit of a safety net should there be a need the following year. So we account for that and make any adjustments to our plan if we had to have any additional expenses from that bucket. I've also linked our school improvement plan there for you to be able to review that. By and large, we mainly invest in adding support staff and technology to keep our instruction continuing and going forward and without pause or interruption. Those are our main focuses there, and adding to our overall culture. As part of our PLC process that was mentioned in previous indicators, teachers have a designation down at the bottom of their PLC form where they can ask for additional supports. And it's through that they have communicated that they need additional readers for their classroom, and then we support that. If they need an additional, like if there's an additional technology, we've funded like ESGI to support letters and sounds and progress monitoring in that way. So we really consider it on an as needed basis, and teachers, there's an open door policy that they can come if they have a need. We can discuss it, and if it is within reason and we have the budget, we make sure that they have it. And then try to tuck away a little bit so that if there comes a time where they need it and we don't quite have it, that we can pull from our rainy day bucket there. So that is us in a nutshell for indicator 1.8, and we hope you'll carefully consider that as an area of growth as we see it.